know, I really don't think we should be doing this.
Shh. This takes total concentration.
Yeah, but that trophy is Mr. Greenspan's most prized possession. I mean, if you damage it,
I won't. It's all in the timing. Your turn, Mona. Hi, Melvin.
Oh, good afternoon, Mr. Greenspan. We weren't expecting you.
Obviously not. While the mice play, the cat is...
Oh, that's a beautiful tuxedo, Mr. Greenspan. Doesn't he look dashing, Adderly?
Flattery isn't going to work, Mona.
Just showing her a few tricks of the trade, Melville. Isn't your cummerbund upside down? The pleats are supposed to be facing up. Catch the crumbs.
Stay out of this, BH. Mona, I think it's time we had a little talk about how you spend your time in this department.
Oh, well, with all due respect, sir, I've done all the filing and the budget...
That is not the point. Miscellaneous Affairs is an important government department.
Really? Since when?
And we can't be seen horsing around during office hours. It's not good for our image. Understand?
Yes, sir.
I hope the tux isn't part of our new image.
It well may be. I've been invited to a cocktail party at the official residence of Ambassador Olin of Beziers.
Where?
Bezier.
Beziers. It's a country that's important to our foreign policy.
Oh, how? I never heard of it.
Mona, don't you have the time cards from internal to assess?
Come on, Mona, let's go check for time card frauds. You know, we have already discovered over $4 in unauthorized overtime, and we're only halfway through. There's no telling the larger implications.
Oh, sorry, no.
Hey, you know... Well, what are you doing here? Miscellaneous Affairs never gets invited to the B parties, or even the C parties, for that matter.
Ambassador Olin invited me.
Why do that?
Have another drink, Fred.
I don't mind if I do. George! Hey, George!
Melville! I'm so pleased you could attend at such short notice.
It's an honor, Ambassador. I haven't seen your lovely wife.
No. Unfortunately, Nina won't be attending the party. She's taken ill.
Nothing serious, I hope.
No, just one of those flu bugs that are going round. She's upstairs resting. Listen, I'm tied up with my Minister of Trade at the present time, but could we talk later? I have a favor to ask of you and your department.
Well, of course. Anytime. We're at your disposal.
Hi.
Victor! Victor! He wants to take me, and he won't stop. He came to me. He wants to take me. He wants my blood. Victor.
Not now, please.
It was awful, Victor. There was fire in his eyes, and blood dripped from his mouth.
Mustn't drink.
But I can't help it, Victor, because it's the vampire. He's torturing me, and he won't stop.
Nina, there is no vampire.
There is, and he won't stop until he has me. Don't you understand? He wants to take me. He wants my blood, Victor, and he won't stop until I'm dead.
It's all right. It's all right. She's fainted. She'll be all right.
That woman is drunk.
Forget it.
I will not forget it. I said you'd do it, and you'll do it.
You said I'd babysit a nutcase?
Not in those words. And Ambassador Olin's wife is not a nutcase. She's troubled.
So is Son of Sam.
Adderly, Ambassador Olin has to fly back to his country this weekend for a conference. Someone has to be with her.
Someone else. I've got work to do.
I can see that.
Oh, I think I found it, sir. Yep, look, right near the coast of Paraguay.
Where?
Here, I'll get you a magnifying glass. Oh, Adderly, that poor woman.
Shouldn't be left alone, agreed, but this kind of job needs a woman's touch. Melville, why don't we give this to Mona?
No. Ambassador Olin, a personal friend, and the ambassador of Beziers,
Of which you know nothing about.
asked a favor, and I said miscellaneous affairs would handle it.
You're welcome.
BH, it's a day and a half in a beautiful home.
No.
All right, I'll authorize a per diem. You can order in anything you want to eat.
No.
He's got a big TV and a satellite dish.
The Blue Jays are in Kansas City all weekend.
I've locked up all of the liquor, so you shouldn't have any trouble with her drinking.
Fine.
As for this vampire business, Nina's brother bled to death in a car accident some time ago. And ever since then, she's been obsessed with images of blood and death. Hence, the vampire. Nina, sweetheart. Oh, I'm glad you woke up. I'm leaving now. This is Mr. Adderly. He'll be staying here until tomorrow afternoon.
I wish you didn't have to go. What if he comes back again?
He won't. And I'll be back soon. Meantime, Mr. Adderly will be here in case you need anything.
Nina, what happened?
He was here.
Who?
The vampire. He came to me again.
Didn't know they drank bourbon?
His skin was pale and blue, and his clothes bore the stench of an open grave.
Was his first name Melville?
I must keep watch. He may return.
Oh, wonderful.
Can't you hear him?
Hear who?
The vampire. He's thrown open the lid of his coffin. I can hear him coming for me.
I think we better get you back to bed.
I won't let him feed on me again. I'll take away my blood so that he goes hungry and torments some other soul. Better to die at my own hand than to let this evil walk the earth. Ah! Who are you?
I'm Adderly.
The vampire killer. Come on. Atta girl.
I used to play, you know. This was my favorite.
You hungry?
What is this?
Pizza.
What happened to your hand?
It's a long story.
My husband thinks I'm crazy.
No. Really?
Do you think I'm crazy?
Oh. You're not the most stable person I've ever met.
Yeah, but do you like me?
I like you. What's not to like?
Oh, I think I'm gonna be sick.
Thank you. We've got to talk.
Sit down, BH.
No more babysitting for nutcases, Melville. You wouldn't believe what I went through with Miss Looney Tunes.
Adderly, listen to me.
No, you listen to me. I've had it with these garbage assignments. That lady should be locked up in the Laughing Academy for her own protection.
Adderly, last night, Nina Olin shot herself. She's dead.
You were in the house with Mrs. Olin from Saturday morning until early Sunday afternoon?
Yes, ma'am.
And you made an oral report on Monday morning.
Yes, ma'am.
In that oral report, you refer to the deceased as Looney Tunes? You also said she belonged in a laughing academy for her own protection?
The woman needed psychiatric help. It was clear by her behavior.
What did you mean by for her own protection?
While she was in my charge, she tried to slash her wrists.
No!
Excuse me.
Nina would never have taken her own life.
You are?
I'm Pastor Hall. Nina Olin was one of my parishioners.
Ah, yes, the young man who requested to be heard. Relax, Pastor. We'll get to your testimony next. Mr. Adderly, do you have anything else for me?
Only that, as you know, all ISI operatives are trained to recognize aberrant behavior. It was clear to me that Mrs. Olin needed psychiatric help desperately.
Thank you, Mr. Adderly. Now, Pastor, you understand that your presence here is a very unusual step for us. However, if you have something to add?
Nina Olin was a communicant in my church. I knew her very well. She came to me recently for counseling on some personal matters. Nina had a deep religious sense. She had a deep respect for human life. She just wasn't capable of taking her own life.
The police report in this matter is very straightforward. And you've heard our operative's testimony.
None of them knew Nina as I did. There are things that... This death deserves the closest investigation possible.
Are you a psychologist, Pastor?
No, but...
Thank you. That will be all.
Pastor, what were you avoiding saying in there? What was Nina's problem? Why did she come to you for counseling?
Mr. Adderly, I would have brought that out of the hearing if it weren't...
Confidential. I understand. Would it perhaps involve marital infidelity?
You know I can't answer that.
Well, you could if the answer was no.
You said that.
So I did. So, she was having an affair.
No. Certainly not. Not Nina.
Thank you. I think Nina would appreciate your discretion. Thank you.
Adderly! Mona needs help with the time cards.
You do 'em, Melville. I'm going to Nina Olin's funeral.
Why?
She was a friend in a way, and you know what they say.
What?
You don't go to your friends' funerals, they won't come to yours.
And it is hard to accept consolation when we do not know why our sister left us. Perhaps she felt no longer appreciated, or sensed that one she loved no longer shared her devotion. Surely now she has found the peace that was denied her. Our sorrow is that she did not turn to those who could have helped. Her rest is with the Lord. May the good Lord bless and keep you.
Excuse me. Do you work here?
I'm Monsieur Duval, mortician. Can I be of service to you?
Not quite yet, but I'll keep you in mind. I just wanted to congratulate you on the appearance.
He remains, and that's the preferred term. And thank you. I did the cosmetology myself. I always say if you want anything done right.
Quite right. Was it a difficult job? The gunshot wound?
Oh, not at all. Just a matter of redressing the hair to cover a tiny bullet hole in the left temple. And now the explosion at the gasworks last week.
Ambassador? My condolences, sir.
Thank you.
There's a few things about Nina's death I'd like to check into.
It's very kind of you, I'm sure, but you won't find anything. Nina killed herself. It's something I shall have to live with.
Interesting.
What?
He's got to be the first husband who really wants to believe his wife killed herself. You got everything. Already?
Well, he sounded urgent on the phone, and Marie Louise in protocol has this giant fern, which I'm going to have to read to every day while she's on vacation. Question is, do ferns like spy novels? What are you looking for?
Know it when I see it. I see it. 5'8", 135, blonde hair, blue eyes, beauty mark. That checks.
Yep. Only protocol has this kind of stuff. Her likes and dislikes, in case you're thinking of asking her out to dinner or...
Likes opera, ballet, favors bourbon over other liquors. That's an understatement. Likes shellfish and seafood, linguine with clam sauce, spicy Italian dishes, all kinds of meat. Mild allergy to cheese. Well, well, well.
What?
Is Greenspan in?
Oh, yeah, he's sorting time cards. He said that that was our job.
He does it so much better.
Adderly,
Mm-hmm.
I have come to a decision.
I'm sure the Fern will love a good thriller.
No, I am, well, I'm requesting a transfer to Central Files.
What?
Yeah, I just don't feel I'm really very appreciated around here. And
You think it over, Mona. Central Files is full of old maids. Melville. Go through this again. Number 1, Nina Olin liked spicy foods, and she had a mild allergy to cheese. The woman I was with picked all the pepperoni off her pizza, then ate the pizza.
She was drunk.
Number 2, we're supposed to believe that she shot herself in the left temple. Do you want to show me how a right-handed person would do that?
How do you know she was right-handed?
She wrote with that hand.
You could be wrong.
Look, she holds a tennis racket in her right hand.
The negative could have been reversed.
Oh, Melville, it wasn't. Look at it. It says Albemarle Club. If it was reversed, it would say Bulk Rambola. Number 3, her husband is having an affair.
Even by your own account.
It's
she
just too
thought that
convenient, Melville. I had Mona run a check through ICOM on the Olins, and did you know that the ambassador's party just lost the election in his home country, which means he's going to be an ex-ambassador? I want to see clack on this.
Why? So you can get another lecture on finding a smoking gun? I've talked to Clark on this. He says it's a dead issue.
The change of governments means that he's going to be unemployed, Melville. No salary, no limos, no perks, and right at this time, his wife conveniently shoots herself and dies intestate, which means
I know what
without a will. leaving him the sole heir to the homes and the bank accounts which run into the millions.
All speculation and supposition. Forget it, Adderly. Nina Olin is no concern of this office. She's dead.
You're right. And if you ask me, I know you won't, but if you do, I would tell you that he pulled the trigger. Victor Olin is using us to hide a murder, and I'm going to nail him for that.
Back to his cab. He leans in the window and says to the one in the back seat, "Oh, I guess I told him. Hey, fatso."
Hey, Fred. How well do you know Ambassador Olin?
Not as well as I knew his wife.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Of course, that was a long time ago, before they met. She was one of the diplomatic debs. She used to turn up at all the parties. Of course, if you ask me, he was just the same as the rest of us. All he was after was her daddy's money. They used to come to all the A parties.
Used to?
Now, Adderly, you know I don't gossip.
I do.
Well, I hear he's got a whole menagerie of Amazons hanging off his every syllable. Of course, that is the culture in Bezier. He's also turned up at some of the more off-the-record functions with someone else, if you know what I mean.
Do you know her name?
Yeah. So let me think. No, I'm sorry, I can't remember.
Thanks, Fred.
Now, wait a minute. Where are you going? You haven't finished your drink.
If nobody claims it in 30 days, it's yours. We'll see you later.
Well. Oh, well.
Ambassador Olin's office? Hello. I'm calling from One Stop Florist, and for every new account started, we're offering 2 dozen roses absolutely free. Do you think the ambassador would be interested? Oh, he does. Well, which florist would that be? Oh, I see. Well, thank you very much, and have a nice day.
Flo's Flowers. He has an account there.
Good work, Mona. Nice performance.
You don't think I kind of overdid it?
I would have taken your offer.
Adderly, about my, transfer request?
Oh, yeah. I haven't checked the spelling yet.
Miscellaneous affairs? I never heard of it.
And you never will.
Well, I don't know. We don't like to disclose our customers' charges. Sort of like a lawyer betraying a client's trust.
There's a lot of that going around. But this is very important.
National security? Does it involve persons in the highest places? Shadowy international figures? Bet it does. No. I will be the judge of what can be divulged. The ambassador is one of my better customers. Always pays on time, no hassle. Has a thing for long-stemmed roses.
Is there any repeats to individuals?
No, just his home and some government offices and embassies. Oh. Wait, here's one. 70 North Vista, number 12.
Any more?
No.
Thank you. Could you send a dozen roses to this address, please? It's another government office. And bill them to that name.
Thank you. Mr. Greenspan.
Looking for Linda?
Yeah.
She ain't home.
Who are you?
Phil Gulo, building manager. Who are you?
I'm her brother. Thought I'd drop in and surprise her.
Joke's on you. She breezed through here on Sunday, asked me to water the plants, and took off.
You wouldn't happen to know where she went, would you?
Didn't say. Just told me she was going.
Listen, I really got to get a hold of her. It's about Dad. He's getting worse. But maybe she wrote down where she went on her calendar. You wouldn't happen to have a master key, would you? Perfect.
Make it quick. I'm not big on snooping around somebody's place when they're gone.
No problem. I'll just be a second. Who's this?
Are you kidding me?
No. Who is she?
You don't even recognize your own sister?
This is her?
Of course it is. You two must be very close.
Linda, all my love. Victor.
Find anything?
No.
Vampire. Give me a break. Woman must eat like a bird. Nothing in there but bean sprouts and brewer's yeast. What do you think you're gonna find in there?
Bingo.
Hey, how much longer are you gonna be? I'm missing my lunch. Geez, I hate running to vegetarians.
Look at these, Adderly. They're from a secret admirer. I wonder who it is.
One investigation at a time, Mona. Mona, look at this.
Mm-hmm. They're identical.
But two completely different women.
Oh, this must have been a show that Mary Lou and I missed. Lucky for us. Listen to this. I won't let him feed on me again. I'll take away my blood so he goes hungry and torments some other soul. You fall for that.
No calls, please, Mona. I'm busy.
Bubble, come here. Look at this. So, Nina Olin, right?
Right.
Wrong. The woman on the left is Nina Olin. The other is an imposter. A woman named Linda McBride, an actress and vegetarian whose only claim to fame is tricking us into believing that she was Nina Olin. Check on that flight. I want to know where she went. Melville, I was in her apartment. I found the blonde wig and eyebrow pencil along with the photograph.
You'd find the same things in my wife's bedroom.
Don't patronize me, Melville.
I told you to leave it alone, but you listen to me.
He sent this woman flowers, then he murdered his wife.
Someone just sent Mona flowers. You think he has murder on his mind?
He might. Olin killed Nina.
You don't know that.
There were long-stemmed roses in his girlfriend's apartment. She posed as Nina, just to establish that Nina was crazy. We fell for it, and the whole thing was passed off as a suicide.
I told you, I gave you an order not to pursue this. You have no proof of these
Insane accusations, Melville?
I want you to drop this matter right now.
He used you. He used me. We can't let him get away with that.
I mean it. I will not have miscellaneous affairs dragged into this kind of scandal.
Is it bad for the image? What kind of image do you think we'll have if he gets away with this? Clark's gonna hang you out to dry for this. Or haven't you spoken to him yet? You want proof? I'll get you more proof. You know, I'm gonna kind of enjoy this, Melville. I'm gonna save your butt.
Adderly.
That's 2 first class on your midnight flight. Yes? And that's confirmed? Thank you. Yes. You have a nice day, too. Now, Mr. Adderly, sorry, what can I do for you?
I told you I was gonna do some checking on your ex-wife's death. I have.
Oh, yes? And what did you find? Evidence of a vampire?
In a way. Tell me, did you get the idea for a vampire before or after you saw Linda's show?
Linda?
Miss McBride. People do gossip, Ambassador. And she is quite memorable.
I quite agree.
Charming, wouldn't you say? And skilled. Apart from the slight error in food selection, I found her impersonation of your late wife quite convincing.
Mr. Adderly.
Let's save time. We'll assume you've said, I don't know what you're talking about, and I've made the standard reply. I only have one question.
Very well. Ask away.
Was your wife awake or asleep when you shot her? Awake or asleep, Ambassador?
I thought she was sleeping. But just as I pulled the trigger, she turned her head. That's why the bullet went in the wrong side.
Thank you. That was bothering me. The only flaw in a carefully executed crime. One more question.
As many as you like, but need you stand so close? Can't you turn up the volume? Or is this a case of speak directly into the rose?
Where was your wife when Linda was impersonating her?
In a fitness center. One of those places that don't let you leave before the course is finished. You know, advertise, no phones.
To avoid the problem of having to introduce a second Madam Ambassador to your guests.
Exactly.
Thank you, Ambassador.
Run out of tape?
No, I always come to class prepared. I imagine your next step is to return to Béziers and enjoy Nina's fortune. Tonight's red-eye flight?
I was given to understand that miscellaneous affairs was ineptitude city. Knowing Greenspan, I expected you to be my perfect stooge. I was wrong. You are a most remarkable public servant.
You are a devious, greedy killer.
You know, I'm going to forget you even said that. And I imagine your superiors will tell you to do the same thing.
They won't let you get away with this.
We'll let them decide that, shall we? Have a nice day. But just as I pulled the trigger, she turned her head. That's why the bullet went in the wrong side.
There's more, but isn't that enough proof?
There is no such thing as enough. I don't want to hear any more.
You don't want to hear the rest of a murder confession?
It wouldn't help if you had the actual murder on videotape, in living color. 8-channel stereo. Adderly, the man is an ambassador. Have you ever heard of diplomatic immunity?
For murder?
Damn him.
Thank you, Adderly.
You're welcome, Melville. But this time he used me, and there's no immunity for that.
The government is changing in Béziers, and he is being recalled. But until he leaves, he is still their ambassador. The man is immune. I am...
Double M.
Safe. Can't be touched.
We can't just let him get away with it.
We could have him declared persona non grata and try to extradite him. But he is going to be a wealthy man by their standards. By our standards. And he knows how influence works.
And he knows how to apply the grease so they never come after him.
Where are you going?
He leaves on the midnight flight. If we're going to stop him, we better hurry.
I am as angry as you are about this.
I don't think so.
But immunity for diplomats is required if there is to be civilized intercourse between two nations.
Tell that to Nina Olin.
She's dead. And I'm warning you, if you take the law into your own hands, if you do something desperate.
I catch your drift, Melville. I guess I better hurry. It's obvious I'm on my own here.
You remember what I said, Adderly.
Adderly, what are you going to do?
I'm going to cut him off at the pockets.
What?
The money. Nina's house, bank accounts. I'm going to make sure he doesn't get them as a prize for his marksmanship.
You can do that? How?
Did you find out where Linda McBride went?
Yeah, she's skiing in the Rockies. I got the name of the hotel.
Call her.
What? Me?
You are the secretary for a very important film company called VH Productions. Tell her I want her for a part in a picture.
What?
She is going to play the villain's mistress.
Oh, boy. Do you think she'll come?
Tell her I loved her in Bride of the Vampire.
Mr. Goulot? Mr. Goulot?
Welcome home.
Who are you? How did you get into my apartment?
You're good, Linda, but you're not that good.
What do you want?
I thought that we should have a little talk, so you want to put on your wig and babble, or should we play this straight? Did Olin send you on your vacation? When?
The day after you left. I only came back because you arranged that call. Job's a fake, right?
That's right. And Nina Olin is dead.
I had no idea she was going to kill herself.
What?
Victor and I have been lovers for some time. He told me that Nina needed psychiatric help, but that she wouldn't see anybody.
And you decided to help him out and get him some witnesses so she'd be committed for treatment.
That's right.
And I was a witness who'd be considered very reliable.
Yes. Once she was declared incompetent, we were going to be married and go back to Béziers.
And live off Nina's fortune?
When Victor told me his plans, I had visions of being rich. Living like a queen in a tropical paradise. I guess that vision clouded my conscience.
While you were in fantasy land, Victor Olin took a gun and murdered his wife.
What?
Welcome back to the real world.
He couldn't.
But just as I pulled the trigger, she turned her head. That's why the bullet went in the wrong side.
It's not possible.
Ambassador Olin is protected by diplomatic immunity for what he did. But you might be an accessory to a murder.
You must believe me. I had no idea he was going to kill her.
Just put her in an asylum for the rest of her life.
I want to talk to Victor.
A good idea. Let's surprise him.
You can't break in. The whole house is wired with alarms.
I hope they're state of the art. I can use the practice. Surprised? Speaking of surprises, If you liked her as Nina Olin, you'll love her in the sequel.
Linda. I told you to stay away. I called for you when I was ready to leave.
Looks like you're ready right now.
What has he told you?
Just the highlights, the murder. Anything you want to add, you've got plenty of time. You don't even have to check your bags at the airport. You can just stack them on the empty seat that you bought.
Extra seat? What's going on here, Victor?
Victor, did you pack the champagne?
Who is she?
Linda, listen to me.
Who is she, Victor?
I'm Kathy, with an I.
I bet you dot it with a little happy face, too, don't you?
Who is she, Victor?
This is the future Mrs. Olin. You shouldn't have come back early.
My fault.
You said you needed me.
Oh, he did. Just like he needed me to play the parts he had chosen for us. And he left us to take the bad reviews.
Is that true?
I wouldn't put it that way. But yes, your job is finished.
But Victor, we were
Oh, please, Linda, don't make a scene. Kathy, darling, please wait outside. The limo should be there by now.
All right, but don't be long. That plane won't wait. Nice meeting you.
You suckered me into this, pal. Diplomatic immunity might allow you to laugh off your wife's murder, but our laws don't allow anybody to profit from crime, so you can kiss away that inheritance. Once Linda starts to talk.
You can't even bring me to trial.
Right. No judge and jury for you, but a press conference for her, with cameras. Diplomat gets away with murder. Film at 11. That's 9 in Bezier. Then our authorities seize Nina's assets, and that's just for starters.
Don't listen to him. You talk about this, you go to jail.
We wouldn't prosecute an unwitting accomplice and let the killer go free and slip this one on for size, Ambassador. Once your political influence evaporates, and it will, your own country might put you on trial. You ever thought of that?
He's lying. Trust me.
Nina trusted you, and you killed her.
Oh, well. If you won't be reasonable, we'll do it this way, shall we? An ambassador's immunity isn't limited to a single body, is it, Mr. Adderly? No, I thought not.
I really loved you.
Yes, I know. So did Nina. That's why you both played your parts so well.
You had nothing to do with this?
Merely an observer. Unfortunately for Olin, Linda didn't observe our rules of diplomatic immunity.
So what's going to happen to her, VH?
The police will want to ask her some questions about Nina, but I don't think they'll hold her.
No?
She's just an unwitting accessory, just like we were. Miscellaneous affairs. Me. You.
Dismissed, Adderly. Oh, one more thing.
More time cards?
I got a bill this morning for 12 long stem roses.
Oh, Mr. Greaves. I just want to thank you.
What?
Oh, you know, I didn't think you were so sensitive. Actually, I was about to request a transfer out of here, and then those flowers came.
Well,
You sly boots. I didn't think you ever even noticed me. Now that I think about it, I bet there's not much that goes on around here that you don't notice. Oh, I just want to say that it makes me feel
really special to be noticed in such a thoughtful way, and I'm really very, very moved.
It was nothing, Mona. Forget it.
You were saying?
That'll be all, Adderly.
Always looking out for you.